What did your company First Sergeant say that completely changed your perspective? I'll never forget it. It was week 3 at my new unit in Fort Lewis, and I was convinced Private Wade Hollister was the most worthless soldier I'd ever seen. The guy moved like he was underwater. Every morning formation, he'd show up last, his uniform always slightly off, boots not quite shined, name tape crooked. During PT, while the rest of us were crushing push-ups and running ourselves ragged, Hollister would lag behind, breathing heavy, barely keeping pace. I could see the frustration on our squad leader's face every single time. That kid's gonna get someone killed, I told my buddy Curtis one night in the barracks. The smell of old carpet and cheap cleaning solution hung in the air as we polished our boots. I don't know how he made it through basic. He can't keep up with anything. Curtis shrugged. Heard he came from some National Guard unit. Probably couldn't hack it there either. What really got me was the attitude. Hollister never complained, never made excuses. He just accepted being the worst. During weapons qual, he shot a 23 out of 40. Passing was 23. The guy barely qualified. When Sergeant Donovan chewed him out afterward, Hollister just nodded and said, "I'll do better, Sergeant. No fire, no pride, nothing." I started avoiding him. Didn't want his reputation rubbing off on me. I was trying to make specialist fast, maybe even get a shot at air assault school. Being associated with the unit's dirtbag wasn't going to help. Then came the ruck march from hell. 12 miles, full combat load, in the Washington rain that felt like cold needles on your face. 3 hours in, Hollister collapsed. Just went down hard, face first into the mud. I felt my jaw clench as I watched the medics rush over. Of course, the one guy who couldn't handle it. That evening, First Sergeant Clayton Briggs called me into his office. The man was a legend. 2 Ranger tabs, Silver Star from Iraq, the kind of NCO who could end your career with a single phone call. "Specialist Garrett," he said, his voice calm but heavy. "Tell me what you think of Private Hollister." I hesitated. This felt like a trap. "He's struggling, First Sergeant. Seems like he's not putting in the effort." Briggs leaned back in his chair, the old leather creaking. He pulled out a medical file and slid it across the desk. I could see portions highlighted. "Hollister has stage 2 lymphoma," he said quietly. "Diagnosed 4 months ago. He's undergoing chemotherapy every other week. The treatment makes him weak, nauseous, destroys his stamina. His doctors told him to get a medical discharge. He refused." I felt my stomach drop. The fluorescent light above us flickered. "Why?" I managed. "Because his younger brother's deploying to Syria in 6 months. Hollister wants to complete this training cycle, get his deployment certification, so he can volunteer to go with him. Wants to make sure someone's there to watch his brother's back." Briggs closed the file. "That soldier you've been judging? He's doing in his condition what most healthy men would quit. He shows up every single day knowing he might collapse, knowing everyone thinks he's weak, and he doesn't say a word because he doesn't want special treatment." My throat felt tight. I thought about every dismissive comment every time I'd rolled my eyes when Hollister struggled. "You want to know what makes a real soldier, Garrett?" Briggs continued. "It's not the guy who's naturally strong or fast. It's the one who keeps showing up when everything in his body tells him to quit. Hollister's got more heart than half this company combined." I couldn't sleep that night. Just kept seeing Hollister getting up every morning, knowing what he was facing. The next day at PT, when Hollister started falling behind during the run, I dropped back with him. Didn't say anything, just matched his pace. Curtis joined us, then 2 more guys. By the end of the week, Hollister had his own support crew, and nobody questioned why. 6 months later, Hollister beat the cancer. Full remission. He deployed with his brother to Syria, completed his tour, and both of them came home safe. Last I heard, he made sergeant ahead of schedule and is now running a platoon at Fort Hood. His troops call him the toughest NCO they've ever served under, and knowing what I know now, I believe it. As for me, I've never made another assumption about a struggling soldier since. First Sergeant Briggs taught me that everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about, and sometimes the weakest looking warrior is actually the strongest person in the room.